I've stood on the beaches of Thailand. I've walked through the temples of Japan. I've eaten street food in Vietnam and watched sunsets in Bali. I thought I had seen the best of Asia. I thought nothing could surprise me anymore. Then I arrived in Hong Kong. And within the first hour, my jaw dropped so hard I forgot to close my mouth. This city broke every rule I thought I knew about how places work. It made me question everything I had seen before. Because Hong Kong isn't just different. It's from another dimension. And what I discovered there changed how I see cities forever. Before I tell you what happened, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button right now and subscribe so you never miss videos like this. And comment below telling me where you're watching from. I love hearing from travelers around the world. Now let me take you to Hong Kong. Before visiting Hong Kong, I had certain expectations. I thought it would be like mainland China but smaller. I expected crowded streets and markets. Maybe some tall buildings and good Chinese food. I imagined it would feel similar to Shanghai or Beijing. Just another big Asian city. Everyone told me Hong Kong was expensive and busy. They said it's all about business and shopping. Some people warned me it would be stressful and overwhelming. Others said it was just a place where rich people live and tourists take photos. I looked at pictures online. Skyscrapers, harbor, neon lights. It looked impressive but not unique. I mean, lots of cities have tall buildings, right? So I booked my ticket expecting just another stop on my Asia trip. I had no idea what was actually waiting for me. I had already visited 12 countries in Asia before Hong Kong. I thought I understood Asian cities pretty well. Bangkok taught me about organized chaos. Tokyo showed me efficiency and technology. Singapore impressed me with cleanliness and rules. Kuala Lumpur gave me diversity and culture. Each city had its own personality. Each city made sense in its own way. I could always figure out the pattern. How people move, how traffic flows, how neighborhoods are organized. I had become confident in reading Asian cities. I knew what to expect and how to adapt. Hong Kong was supposed to be just another entry in my travel journal. Another stamp in my passport. Another collection of photos for social media. But I was so wrong it's almost embarrassing. The moment my plane started descending into Hong Kong, something felt different. We flew between mountains and extremely close to apartment buildings. I could literally see people's laundry hanging from windows as we landed. The airport itself was built on an artificial island in the ocean. Already, my brain was confused. Then I took the Airport Express train into the city. This wasn't a normal train. It was faster and smoother than trains I'd taken in Europe. The stations looked like art galleries. Everything was spotless. And this was just the beginning. The real shock was waiting for me above ground. Because Hong Kong doesn't follow the rules that other cities follow. And you're about to understand why. Let me start with the most obvious thing. The density. Hong Kong has 7.5 million people living in an area smaller than New York City. But they don't spread out. They go up. Buildings in Hong Kong are taller and thinner than anywhere else I've seen. We're not talking about a few skyscrapers downtown. We're talking about entire neighborhoods of 40-story residential buildings packed so tightly together that they block out the sun. I looked up and saw laundry hanging from the 40th floor. I saw air conditioning units stacked like Lego bricks up the side of buildings. In Bangkok, cities feel spread out and chaotic. In Tokyo, everything is organized horizontally. But Hong Kong is vertical chaos. It's like someone took a normal city and compressed it into a tower. And somehow, it works perfectly. The transportation system made my head spin. I've used subways all over Asia. Hong Kong's MTR is different. It's not just efficient. It's almost alive. Trains come every 2 minutes during rush hour. Every 2 minutes. I timed it. The stations are connected to shopping malls, which are connected to office buildings, which are connected to apartment complexes. You can walk for kilometers without ever going outside. I went from my hotel to a restaurant to a shopping center to another train station and never saw the sky. In other Asian cities, you walk outside between destinations. In Hong Kong, outside is optional. The MTR also has something I've never seen elsewhere. It makes a profit. Most subway systems lose money. Hong Kong's MTR is so well designed that it actually makes money. Because it's not just transportation. It's an entire underground city that never sleeps. Food in Hong Kong is an experience I wasn't ready for. Yes, I ate amazing food in Thailand and Vietnam. But Hong Kong took it to another level. Not because the food is better, but because of the variety in such a small space. I had authentic dim sum for breakfast, Italian pasta for lunch, Japanese ramen for dinner, all within a 10-minute walk. And none of it was tourist food. It was all real, high quality, and shockingly affordable if you knew where to look. I found a local Chan Ting, which is a Hong Kong-style cafe. I ordered something random from a menu I couldn't read. The food came in 4 minutes. It cost less than $5, and it was delicious. Then I walked 2 blocks and found a 3 Michelin-star restaurant. This range, this variety, this quality, all compressed into tiny neighborhoods, that's pure Hong Kong. No other Asian city I visited had this combination. Now let's talk about something that shocked me completely. The blend of East and West. I expected Hong Kong to feel Chinese. It was part of China, after all. But Hong Kong feels like nowhere else on earth. British colonial influence mixed with Cantonese culture mixed with international finance culture. People speak Cantonese but also English. Street signs are in Chinese and English. You see traditional Chinese temples right next to Victorian-era buildings right next to futuristic glass towers. In one afternoon, I visited a Buddhist temple, walked through a British-style park, ate Portuguese egg tarts, and took photos of skyscrapers that looked like they were from Blade Runner. This cultural mixing exists in Singapore too. But Singapore feels planned and organized. Hong Kong feels organic and wild. Like all these cultures crashed together and decided to just make it work. And somehow, it does. Safety in Hong Kong completely surprised me. I've felt safe in Japan and Singapore. But they achieve safety through strict rules and heavy police presence. Hong Kong feels safe in a different way. I walked through crowded night markets at 11 p.m. with my phone and camera out. Nobody bothered me. I left my bag on a table in a cafe to use the bathroom. It was still there when I got back. In Tsim Sha Tsui, one of the busiest tourist areas, I saw families with young children walking around at midnight. This isn't normal in most big cities. Hong Kong has millions of people, intense density, and economic inequality. Usually, that creates crime. But the crime rate is incredibly low. Lower than most Western cities. I asked locals why. They said it's cultural. It's about respect and community. Even in a city that feels anonymous and overwhelming, people look out for each other. That's something statistics can't explain. The contrast between nature and urban life is mind-blowing. This is what nobody tells you about Hong Kong. Yes, it's one of the densest cities on Earth. But 75% of Hong Kong's land is actually nature. Mountains, forests, beaches, hiking trails. I took a 20-minute bus ride from downtown and found myself on a hiking trail with 0 people. Complete silence. Ocean views. Wild monkeys. Then I took the bus back and was in the middle of millions of people again. In Tokyo, you have to travel far to find nature. In Bangkok, nature barely exists. But in Hong Kong, you're always 15 minutes away from either jungle or skyscraper. You can hike in the morning and eat Michelin-star food at night. This duality doesn't exist anywhere else I've traveled in Asia. And it changes everything about how the city feels. Here's something that blew my mind. Hong Kong has no natural resources. No oil, no minerals, no farmland. Most of the water comes from mainland China. Food is imported. Energy is imported. The city is literally built on rocks with nothing underneath. Yet it's one of the wealthiest places in Asia. How? Because Hong Kong made itself valuable through pure strategy. It became the bridge between East and West, the financial gateway to China, the freest economy in the world for decades. This city succeeded not because of what it had, but because of what it created. Systems, connections, efficiency, trust. In Thailand, wealth comes from tourism and agriculture. In Singapore, it's strategic location and oil refining. But Hong Kong built wealth from almost nothing. That's not just impressive. That's almost unbelievable. And it made me realize that geography isn't destiny. Vision is. The inequality in Hong Kong is extreme in ways that are hard to see. On the surface, everything looks modern and wealthy. But Hong Kong has the most expensive real estate in the world. A tiny apartment can cost over $1 million. Many people live in spaces smaller than a parking spot. I saw subdivided flats where entire families live in rooms the size of a bathroom. Meanwhile, luxury cars drive past homeless people sleeping on sidewalks. On Sundays, thousands of domestic workers, mostly from the Philippines and Indonesia, gather in public spaces because they have nowhere else to go on their day off. They sit on cardboard under bridges and in parks. This contrast exists in every city I visited. But in Hong Kong, it's more visible because everything is so compressed. The rich and poor live in the same buildings, just on different floors. This proximity makes the gap feel even wider. And it's something tourists never talk about. Hong Kong is also living in a constant state of uncertainty. The political situation is complicated and emotional. In 2019, massive protests filled the streets. The relationship with mainland China is always tense. People worry about freedom, identity, and the future. When I talk to locals, especially young people, many felt stuck between two worlds. They are proud to be Hong Kongers but unsure what that means anymore. Some want to leave but can't afford to. Others refuse to leave because this is home. This emotional weight hangs over the city like fog. You don't see it in tourist photos. You don't read about it in travel blogs. But it's there. And it made me realize that every city has a soul that tourists never see. Hong Kong's soul is resilient but tired, hopeful but worried, an understanding that made me respect this city even more. After spending time in Hong Kong, I realized something important about travel. I had been collecting cities like stamps. Check Bangkok off the list. Check Tokyo. Check Singapore. But Hong Kong taught me that really understanding a place requires more than visiting the famous spots. It requires seeing the contradictions, the density and the nature, the wealth and the poverty, the confidence and the uncertainty. Hong Kong showed me that the most interesting places are the ones that don't make sense at first. The ones that challenge your assumptions and force you to think deeper. I came to Hong Kong expecting just another Asian city. Instead, I found a place that exists nowhere else. A vertical jungle of humanity that shouldn't work but does. A city built on rocks that became more valuable than gold. And that changed how I travel. Now I look for the contradictions. Because that's where the truth lives. I traveled all over Asia searching for something special. I found beautiful temples, delicious food, and amazing people everywhere I went. But Hong Kong didn't just impress me. It left me speechless. Because Hong Kong is what happens when geography, history, and human determination collide in the most unlikely way possible. It's proof that cities can defy logic and still thrive. It's a reminder that the most interesting places are often the most complicated. And it showed me that even when you think you've seen it all, the world still has surprises waiting. Hong Kong isn't perfect. No city is. But it's unforgettable. And if you ever get the chance to visit, don't just see the skyline. Look deeper. Because what makes Hong Kong special isn't what you see in photos. It's what you feel when you're there. If this video changed how you think about Hong Kong or travel, hit that like button right now. Subscribe for more honest travel stories that go beyond the surface. And tell me in the comments, have you been to Hong Kong, or is it on your bucket list? I'll see you in the next adventure.